Watch me. Why you looking at me? People be looking and still like I'm different. They must be surprised because I'm so magnificent. Fish in this industry full of these sharks. I got my spits and I call them my bars. Straight to your heart with these bars that I'm spitting. Killing you, served you. Think I looking at what were you thinking? Yeah, clearly you wasn't. I'm a repeater, got bars for the best of them, and for the rest of them, not a chance. I got more respect for you in the stand. So put down the mic up, become a fan. But don't just be staring at me, take a glance. I know that I am really something special. Even my haters, I know they can help it. So I accept it because it's no stopping me. But keep it distance up while you watching me. Watching me, checking me.
What's happening, man?
What they do, baby. What they do, baby. Man, it's that ride like your
That's that ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't own the right to this music.
No, we don't.
But we do not own the right to that good music, baby. What they do, Luke Hazy.
Hey, Mr. KD, the voice, man. Just chilling, baby. Trying to get this thing together. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
You know what I mean? Trying to get it together, man, and do our thing. You know what I'm
That's all
saying?
we can do, boss.
Yeah, man. How was your week, bro?
Week was all good, man. I can't complain about it, baby. You know what I do on my weekends, you know. Chill on one day, go out on the next day, stay all out the next day and the next day. Woo! Man, I better stop
You
doing
have.
all that, dog.
You had a long weekend, boy.
Man, I had a long weekend, dog. My weekend still going, dog.
Still going.
Look, I'm right here, man.
Still going.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you know, you go all week, though.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
I stop on Thursday
You stop on Thursday.
and stop back up Friday.
Why you stop on Thursday?
That just sounds like a good time to stop.
Oh, man.
Thursday, don't go out there. Don't go out there in them streets on Thursday, baby. They out there. They out there, baby. So I stay home.
I thought Thursday was one of your nights.
Nah, Wednesday was.
What,
you
did
know-
they say Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday night was my night, but you know, brother work, brother got a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well, KD got a job, y'all.
yeah.
So I got to kind of like stop burning the candles on both ends on Wednesday, baby.
Well, that's good. You know, you got it. Yeah, you do got to stop burning the camera.
Work, boss. I's a man.
I like your hat there, boy.
Yeah, that King's down, baby.
Where you got that from?
Virginia.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
When did you go to the mall?
When y'all supposed to show up to the mall, you supposed to go to the mall. Yeah. Same mall y'all went to, I think, after I went.
Y'all went shopping, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you went shopping, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spent some money then, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
sir.
that's what's up, man. But you know, it's all good, man. You know, doing our thing, man. My week been crazy. You know,
Well.
always. It's always, but crazy good.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? So I do my thing, man, at the crib, just hanging out and
Yes, sir.
just recovering still. You know what I mean?
How's
So-
this coming?
It's coming good, man. You know, I can't complain, man. It's coming good. It's coming
Okay,
real
fading
good.
over to the black.
Yeah, man. Let
Fade to
Nicole,
the black,
let
man.
Nicole hear it.
Fade to the
Let-
black, baby. Luke
let-
Hayes, fade over to the black, baby.
Let Nicole, you know, think about it.
I heard she had to read you a little bit today, boy.
Man, that wasn't no read, man. Nicole
She got on that
that
tail,
was not
boy.
no read.
Woo!
That was not a read at all.
Yes, sir.
She just tried to be loud like she from the drive.
That what it is?
She just tried to be loud. She ain't shaking nothing,
She's
man.
shaking nothing but the leaves on the trees, and
Yeah.
trees been shaking one for the breeze.
Ooh-wee. I'm talking about the wind.
The wind, baby.
She thinks she a hurricane.
Uh-oh.
She does. She thinks she a hurricane, but she ain't hitting on nothing but a thunderstorm.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, I said it.
Ooh,
Nothing but a thunderstorm. You know what I mean?
Nicola.
Yeah, man.
Word.
That's about it, you know? Well, yeah, man. Everything has been great, man. Just doing my thing, man. And,
That's what's up.
you know, trying to get it together. I know y'all was waiting for us. I had some comments coming up saying we can't join in, but you can now. We had a little technical difficulty just trying to get this thing together and right for y'all. So it's all good. You know what I mean? So it's all good. I would like to say, I know last week we had that whole thing about the food safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I go home. Then we hear on the news that the Food and Drug Administration, they cut people out.
Cut people out.
They cut the people out that checks our food.
Oh, so the FDA people or whatever.
FDA,
USDA
food,
and all that
right.
stuff. Yeah.
They cut them. So now we don't have any body to check our food to make sure our food right. So they said milk was crazy. milk,
Okay.
and eggs
Why is that though?
because ain't nobody able to check them. And you know that stuff is high in protein, especially eggs.
Yeah.
You can get salmonella from that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's chicken, right?
Chicken.
Right,
yes, sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
So you get salmonella from that, man. So you got, the FDA, canceled a lot of people. So now they don't got nobody to check anything.
So they fired the people that was checking it.
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
They downsized.
Hmm.
I don't understand that, man. You
So
got me?
with them downsizing. So you're saying that there's not enough people to check the food?
Exactly.
Most of the dairy products.
Exactly.
Hmm.
The things that really need to be checked.
So if they don't check it, so what you trying to say?
You just pay attention to your kill date, the date that it says it go out of date. The further away from that date, the better it is.
Well, we're supposed to be doing that anyway.
Well, yeah, but some people like to say, "Man, I got 2 days left on this. I'm going to." That's why you laughing. You must be one of them people.
Oh, nah, let's don't say it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Back to that.
Yeah, brother, love to save a little penny or two. You know what I'm saying? That's how the rich get rich, man.
Man,
Trying to save, but we try to keep up with the Joneses. So our brother got to pay late fees on their rent because they trying to get this and that.
pay late fees on your Aaron rental purchase stuff.
Yes, I'm holding on. Oh, I get paid. Yeah. Oh, so this one day I pay that late.
Yeah. But what? I'm gonna tell you something. When I used to have Aaron's rental purchase, right?
Aaron, yes sir.
Boy, Aaron's. This dude came in an ice cream truck because I was dodging him, trying to dodge him till I get paid. This dude came in an ice cream truck asking the kids where we at, giving them free ice cream.
What? Well, you must be
Villagewood. I had a whole plantation.
Everything.
I had TV, lamps, love seat, big seat. I had had a table and everything in there. Furnished my whole front room with that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we used to do back in the day because you didn't have the money to go outright and buy it.
Yes, sir.
So you'll just go and you'll just pay monthly for it.
Oh yeah, y'all can relate to
get
that.
it.
Don't act bougie like that now because you got your good job now and all that. Yeah, we talking about back in the day, baby.
Yeah, man.
Shoot,
So we all believe it. We all did that stuff, man. Mm-hmm. We all did it. And, Tony, you did that too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he went to Aaron's rental purchase too.
Everybody
went to Aaron's.
Though, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We always want to have to find a thing. Sometimes you can't go get it off hand right then and there. We rent it.
You ain't never lied,
Rent
bro.
to own, baby. RTO.
You ain't never lied. We had to do what we had to do.
You ever got into the own anything you rent?
They got all that money and then took it back and gave it to somebody else and started all over. I ain't never owned anything from them.
I got to the point where I found out they were doing that, right? So shoot, I waited. And then I go get it and buy it. They sell $20,000 stuff for $500.
You did that at Aaron's?
Scratching then all that. Oh yeah.
Well, I tell you.
They came and got my stuff. I waited about 3-4 months later when they bought it back cash. Oh, what about sofa set that they took? Because they can't rent it back for the same thing.
No, they can't. They can't.
All they want to do is recoup a little bit more. They already got the money I was paying for a month, about a whole year. You got 30 years on it.
You ain't lying. And it probably only cost $800.
Yes, sir. So I already gave them about $20,000, so look, $500 extra ain't that. But so
I did it. That's how you do it, though. We had everything. Had big screen TVs. Remember that? Had when the first big screens come out.
Big screen,
yeah, but it was the box shape.
Baby. Well, I had that Magnavox, dog. That's the one that got my back hurting right now today, dog.
But you lift it?
Oh man, I had a Magnavox and check it out. I didn't want to get rid of it because that's the first thing I ever paid off with Rental Center. Yeah, I got mine from Rental Center. Rental Center, man, they kick your head off.
Yeah.
Paid it off, bro. I think I kept that thing for about 15 years. It broke, the tube blowed on it like 7 years prior. Everywhere I moved, it came with it. Nigga broke it off.
You said a little TV on top of the big TV.
I used to get cussed out. I'm like, cussed out. But you bringing that big old raggedy TV? I paid for this here. Me and Nino Pasta, I was working at Nino. I'm 18 years old, 19, 20, 21. I paid it all. 3 years. And you think I'm going to let this go? I was about 40 years old. I still had it.
And it wasn't even playing, though.
And I paid for it. I wanted it. I paid for it. And I wanted it. So it wasn't working. So what? Oh, so you...
Why you didn't take the time just to get
the...
I'm just saying, why you didn't take the time just to get the bulb fixed? Probably would have been $200. Oh, damn.
Get the bulb fixed. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna keep it right here. So anybody comes to my house, it look good. Just standing there, you want to watch TV. I said, let's just
Go to
go
the
out on
bedroom.
the porch or whatever, chill.
Oh, that's how you used to do it?
Like,
Well, that, hey, y'all hear that game now. You hear what he did
know
now,
what I'm saying?
in that game.
And, yeah, I take the little TV off though before he come over. You hide
You had the one where the little TV with the pliers, you had to turn it with the pliers.
and hit the side of it. You get a good picture. Boom. Then the fuzz will go away and straighten up, baby.
What was it, a 20-inch?
20? Oh,
Don't say that you had
15.
19?
Yeah.
Dang, you're an inch short.
That's what she said.
Oh, Lord.
She said the same thing.
Hey, y'all, man. Hey, man. This cat, man. That's some crazy stuff. You know, we got some cool stuff coming up.
Yes, sir.
We got all you people that's looking at go to Forest High School. We got a reunion coming up for that.
Nathan Walker, baby.
We got hey sis, and my sister Linda say hey.
Hey, Linda. Since you're looking.
Yep. So I mean, it's we got that coming up, and the Corner Pocket Podcast is going to be top dogs out there, which is good. And then we got a Southern Soul big concert coming at the Live Bar.
Oh, that's what your boy in
Yeah, that's what Mr. Midnight.
Who else? Somebody else.
Where them fans at?
Why them fans at?
Yeah, we're gonna have a. Oh yeah, they be doing it too. But like
what they be doing that thing?
Yeah, they do now.
They do it so good, nigga want to go get a fan. Don't tell me you ain't want to go get no.
I ain't want to get no damn fan.
But if you came to Luke's birthday party,
they had fans. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I was just.
No, I didn't have no fan.
Hey, Luke, sis, he be in the bathroom, think I'll be hitting him. I said, baby, what you doing? I'm rolling the toilet paper. He rolling the toilet paper. Yeah. No, what a fan at?
You know what a fan at? I'll get a box fan and get that bitch out here and bring it to you. The one we used to keep in the window of the sleeping, I'll get a box fan and bring it out for you.
About the box fan?
Yeah, I hope y'all know about that box fan.
The screen gonna be off though? The front part got to be off.
Yeah, because you can get in there and clean it up a little bit.
The cage got to be off.
Yeah, you got to be able to do that. Yeah, you got to be able to do that.
Look,
You know what I'm saying?
what that fan at?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But he be
Man.
trying to be hard with it though. He be trying to be like Ice Cube in it. No.
Hey, speaking of which, Ice Cube coming to town. Y'all know that, right?
What? Nigga, you already here, baby.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know. Damn you, Tony. Damn you for real, Tony. Damn you.
You already here, baby. What they do?
Where's my thing at, man? You crazy, man.
So you say Cube coming through this thing?
Yeah, man.
Checking him out.
You come? Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. I don't know if Tony want to go. I don't know if Tony want to go.
Oh, look, you in that?
yeah, I go to Ice Cube, man. Steady mobbing.
Yeah, believe it. No, nobody know about that too tough, Tone. That steady mob and stuff. You know what I mean? They don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
KKK.
let me ask you a question. Can you our producer, can you see the video I'm about to play?
I'm waiting.
Can you see anything?
No, sir.
All right, I'm gonna try to play this video so everybody can, be able to tell what the topic is for the night and have them chime in. Okay?
All right.
All right. Let's see what we can do. Can you see it on your page?
Neither one.
Oh, you won't see it on mine.
Yeah. Let me see how we did that last time. I copied the link, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I go here.
Oh, that over.
I go here and put what's on your mind, right?
Yep.
And then what? Oh, hold on. I forgot to just paste. What's up, Birdman? That's Derek.
DB!
Hey, man.
DB!
Hey, man. Thank you so much, man, for always chiming in with your boys, man. We appreciate that. We need that, man. We thank you so much.
Already know.
I mean, we thank you so much, man, for doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it won't paste.
It was on number 4.
Yeah, I know.
Control V. See,
Huh?
you have with Control V. Put it back in there. Do Control V.
Right here.
Click in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then do Control V.
Control V. All right. Yeah. All right. So, hey y'all, this is what we was planning on talking about tonight. So we're gonna have y'all check this out so y'all can chime in. All right. so y'all can chime in. Why it ain't letting me play?
Because Nicole probably
She hacked
went
it.
to the prayer closet.
Yeah,
went
she
to the prayer
probably
closet.
did.
Say, don't let him do it. He wanna know what them fans at.
Post. Hold on. Tell them low. I'm getting ready to. I'm posting it. Oh, okay. There we go. You see it?
In my opinion, religion takes three things from black people we cannot afford to waste.
Can you see it?
Too much of our time, too much of our money,
Can you hear it?
too much of our hope and energy. The reason why governments are not afraid of black religion anymore, because black religion protects the government by jealousizing oppression as if it's coming from God and not the white man. In other words, we got to wait on God to fix our problems as opposed to rising up against the white power structure and crushing it. How many black preachers can we say? In
Can you hear it?
right now, or Montreal right now? How many pastors can you look to that are fighting against the miseducation system in Canada? Fighting against the mass incarceration. It's almost like here in America. Look at the major problems we have in Canada. Show me a black church that's at the forefront, not participating, because anybody can go to a meeting. Anybody can join a march. Anybody can show up to a press conference. Show me a church that's at the forefront. I'm the leader. We're going to fix these schools. I'm the leader. We're going to get economic justice. You can't find them, just like we can't find them here, just like you can't find them in Africa. The black church is no longer a vanguard organization. It is a parasite. It is a spiritual parasite until it goes back to its traditional role. Remember now, historically, we fought the KKK through the church. We got jobs through the church. We buried our dead through the church. Life insurance through the church. The black church was the Walmart of the black community. Whatever you needed, they had it. What happened to that? The black church is now serving itself. It's no longer serving. In my opinion, religion takes three things from black people we cannot afford.
So, what you guys think about that?
Who was that? Who was that?
Who was what? Omar. Dr. Omar.
Dr. Omar.
Yeah, so what you guys think about that? So we had a very heated debate about that, about the black church, right? What you think about that, the boy? What's your opinion?
My opinion?
Yep. What you think about that?
I mean, I don't really agree with everything that he's saying. You know, I can't even say I relate to it, because he put it as basically all black churches is like that, and I just disagree with that. You know, you can't, if you're going to talk about something, either you're going to make sure you kind of like separate it. You can't just say black churches. What are the black churches doing? Okay. You don't see what they're doing. Sometimes you may not see what they're doing, but they're doing something. They may be doing something. They may be doing exactly what he say they're not doing, but he just don't see it. So what the white church is doing, since we don't say what the white church is doing, where they at? Just because you see them out, where they at? I would go a little deeper than that, but I'm gonna go there anyway.
Yep.
They say like everybody, they look at Masons, right? And then they look at Shriners. They say the Shriners doing everything. Masons don't do nothing. You got the Shrine, you got the Shrine Hospital, the Burn Center, Shrine, they all always. But guess what? A Shriner is a Mason. So why are they saying, well, how you gonna say a Mason ain't doing that? Because you see they out there in their Shriner uniform, you don't know that they are Masons. So you're gonna down the Masons because that's what you feel that they're not doing nothing. Just like he's saying about the black churches, all black churches are not doing what he's saying they're not doing. That's why I don't agree with that. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, I get you.
You know, so
you know, with my wife, man, she been to many different churches, right? And since I've been with her, I done been through many different churches, right? I done been through a bunch of black churches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it was going well, why? Okay, you got a car, right?
Yes, sir.
Your car drive good, right? No, I'm just speaking in general.
Sir.
You got a car, and your car drive good, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you get 5 more cars?
I mean, not 5 more.
Okay, would you get
1 more, yeah.
you get 1 more,
Yeah.
right? But what if you have the opportunity to get 5?
Then I'll probably get 5.
Right. But you got one that does the job,
Mm-hmm.
right? All I'm saying is, like, say for instance, my car right now.
Mhm.
My car does the job.
Got it.
I'm not looking at any other car.
Got it.
Right? And we being real, bro. We ain't being all this stuff trying to be, we being real.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
got a car and it does what it need to do,
Mm-hmm.
you know we ain't looking at no other car. For number one, you could be thinking about the bill.
Well, not
Right?
a new car now.
You ain't finna get another car. You know, I know that you got stuff going on because one is broken and then you do another. But if that one was running, you wouldn't have that other one. Because you spent a lot of dimes in that one. You spent a lot of money trying to hook that one up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if that one, be real, if that one was parked right here, right now, you wouldn't have to. You wouldn't even thought about it because mine is doing good. Even if the opportunity came up for you to get another one, you'd be like, no, I'm good. Why? Because you'll take the money and you'll put it in that one car you got.
Okay.
What's the need to get another car if one's going well? Right?
Okay.
Me, I'm saying churches. Why am I going to 5 and 6 different churches if one work?
I don't know. Are you?
People leave places because they're not getting exactly what they need. They go to find something else.
Okay.
Right? So what we're not getting at this church, we say, all right, we're going to leave this one and we're going to go to another one.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go to another one. We're going to go to another one. Right? Now, I can say that 5, and I'm being real, and I can get an amen on it with my folks, been to 4 to 5 different churches.
Uh-huh.
And not one I can go to and say, I need a job. Can y'all help me?
Well,
Not one I can go to and ask to pay. Because when one church, I know a lady asked to get a light bill paid with $200, and the pastor told her she had to go through all these hoops to get the $200 to pay her light. But she's there every Sunday. She's partaking in everything. She's giving her money, and she's doing everything she's supposed to do.
Okay.
Now she come in a rough patch.
Mm-hmm.
God is there to support us in rough patches, and we learn something through the rough patches, and he helps us through that stuff. That's the only reason we're still living right now. Only reason. Rough patches we go through, God take care of us. God take care of us. He said for everybody to act like him, especially the churches. Okay? Now, and I'm being real. I can't go to a church and get money for nothing. You got to go through hoops to get it. I didn't go through hoops to give it on Sunday. I just gave it, bro. But I got to go through hoops. And that lady I told you about, she's in my folks' family.
Gotcha. So let me
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Ask it. Go ahead.
So you saying that about the black church because that's
No.
the church.
I'm saying that I'm going with this. I've only been to black churches. Now, I've been to one white, but that was a long time ago. Long time ago. But only churches I've been to were black churches. So I only could speak on what I know and where I've been. I can't talk about other stuff. I can't say nothing about it. I can tell you what I've seen with my eyes. And my wife will tell you. I go to church. If it ain't right, and I don't see the outreach programs, they used to do blood stuff. You could go to the church and get shots. You can go to the church and get all these stuff done. If you got elderly people, they can go to the church and they can do all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can even go to the church. If you ain't got no computer to help get your job, you was able to go to the church and use their computers.
Got it. So you church hop because you don't see what you feel you need to see in that church, right?
I don't see, but it happens 4 to 5 times.
4 or 5 times, right? So maybe God's sending you to those churches that don't have what you say you feel they should have, right? Why you don't think God sent you there for you to initiate that, for you
know what? I'm not
to push that, for you to get with the path, for you to speak on that, for you to try to get that development in that church?
You know?
Why you feel like that It may be in your job.
You know what? You know what? I ain't gonna hate on that. I'm gonna be honest. You're probably right. But all I know is that when I left, I didn't feel nothing to draw me back. God had talked to you in so many ways. I'm pretty sure you've had him talk to you too. And you could tell because your soul will be drawn to whatever it is. You'll feel it. You know what I'm saying? You'll feel it. But you got to also remember now, you can't forget. We can't forget the devil in the church too.
Well, I was about to say something about that. Let's go. Talk to me.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We got to know because he sits in there and he reads the Bible. He know how to do all that stuff too. So you never, only thing I know is that there's things, I seen something, right? I wish I had my phone, but I saw something. All the traditional things that we doing in the churches, right?
Mm-hmm.
God never did that. The whole, it's like 4 to 5 big things that people like, say for instance, I remember one time I went to a church and they was doing communion.
Mm-hmm.
They had their white gloves on. They had the table covered with a white cloth. They had all the stuff up there and you couldn't speak. You had to be quiet. You had to do this and you had to do that. That was never in the Bible. That was never. Because if you think about it, when they had communion, bro, they was at a dinner table all talking, having a good time. And God said, eat this bread and drink this wine. But they talking, having a great time. But when you go to certain, I just don't want to play with God. That's
so you
all.
want to live in the Old Testament?
No, I want to live the way God say he want me to live. I'm not trying to be Old Testament, New Testament. I want to do exactly what he says. Why? Because I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that. All I know is that I want to do things. I don't like going to churches and I see stuff that makes me upset, that I don't believe that it should be going on. Now, we done been down this road before, and I know Nicole talking about church hurt and all that kind of stuff. No, but I don't have it. But you know what? I don't play with God. And I don't like seeing somebody else do it. Can't do nothing about it, but that don't mean I got to like it. That don't mean I got to like it at all. But I went to one church in Virginia, my Uncle Ray's church, which is my wife's uncle. I sat in that church, and she'll tell you, I sat in that church, bro. When the service was over, I wanted to join it. It pulled me.
What pulled you though?
The service, the way it was done. Because what happened is, they talked about, I'm going to show you. At the beginning, they talked about how they had this trip that we're going to take the elderly people, and they doing this, so everybody got to do this and that. And then they got a outreach program that was for the children. So make sure you bring all your children next Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to do an outreach for them. And then we're going to turn around and we're going to do a big event just for everybody here to say thank you for coming and have an event for them and having a workshop where the people can come. They got lawyers if they need one to ask questions. If they need a electrician, they can hook up with that. If they need, all those things were going on in that church in one time. And my wife would tell you, I sat there and I said, then I felt led. And I told my wife, I say, I love the way they do in this community. And this is in Virginia. I love the way they're doing it. I would love to move here and go to this church and I'll park cars. I don't care.
So just be careful, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you, you know the trick of the enemy. You know your heart. He know everything. All that you're saying.
All that. Even in the church too. He knows that too.
That drew you there, right?
It was.
But what if that wasn't the church God wanted you?
You know what? All the other ones, I didn't feel what I felt for this one.
Why?
Because
you're looking for it.
No, my wife. I'm not.
You don't hear
I'm
talking about it. You don't hear none of that.
I don't hear none of that.
It don't draw you there.
Okay. Let's do this.
See,
now I can't go with you with this because you was part of the ministry that you was in. Mm-hmm. So I can't ask you the questions that I would want to ask a regular person. I can't do that because I can't ask you, did they pay your light bill? I can't ask you that because they probably did. You was close to the ministry. Ask you, hey, did they help you get a house? If you needed credit fixed, did they have a person come to help you fix your credit? Probably because you was close to the ministry. I'm talking about the people that's sitting there, the people that's sitting in the pews, the people that not close to the pastor, not close to him, but they in the pews and they have needs. They tell you it's a spiritual hospital.
That's all it is.
But they have needs. And back in the day, that's what they used to do.
So should the church that you're speaking of should cater to everybody need that come?
No, if somebody come, we should listen. Because why? If we go to God, He listens.
Who say they don't listen to them? Just because they didn't get
It's
what
not-
they came there looking for, as you say, no, none of the church is doing anything for nobody that you visited.
But okay. But they got this. They got their offering on Sunday.
Exactly.
They got the pastor's anniversary. He got bread. So
Okay.
why I can't go to him and say, hey, listen, I need a little help. I believe that the church should be doing that. That's what I believe. Because we should be able to go to them especially if they got the resources, especially if they got the resources. And like I told you, I saw firsthand where this lady just needed $200, and she'd been going to that church for 5 years, and she needed $200, and they gave her the runaround to get that.
Did she get it?
No.
But what?
Who gave it to her?
Who gave it to her?
I did.
But how do you know? See, because nowadays, church is a business.
See,
So you're going back.
okay,
I don't care what church you- I don't care where you go, bro.
Listen, you're right. The
White,
church,
black,
it could be a business, but I want to ask you a
business
question.
now.
It can't be a business.
No, it can't. It ain't. It was never meant to be one.
You could call. You could say what you want to say.
It was.
You real wrong,
We
things.
know.
Don't take it as a bad thing when I say it's a business now.
But
No.
Does the Bible not say, render unto Caesar what is due Caesar, and unto the Lord what is due
Do the Lord.
And they are separate.
Got it.
Separate.
They're separate. It's just separate with church and state. It's separate.
But a church also derives benefit from taxes. They don't pay taxes. So they're still in bed with the government when it comes to that money.
Mhm.
But to the receiving of money. But to the
To-
distribution to the people that they say that they're doing it for the people that need,
Mhm.
that's when you're jumping through hoops and
You got to go through
But
so
who
much
say
to
the
do
white
it.
church don't make you jump through?
We're not talking about that. I ain't been there.
But
I don't
y'all
know what they
saying the
do.
Black church
Oh,
make
no.
you
I'm
jump through
no.
hoops.
I'm saying the 5 churches I've been to.
The 5 he been through made this one lady jump through hoops to get $200. He had to give it to her.
Right.
What makes you think you don't have to jump through hoops to any church, white, black, Puerto Rican? I don't care.
But we're not talking about. I'm
We
saying.
are. We saying
No,
black church.
listen. Only reason it's saying black churches because I've been only to 5 black churches, so I can speak on that.
So
I'm not talking about white, brown. I'm talking about
that's
the
what
5.
it sounds like you're doing.
No, I've been saying the
You're
whole time.
You're
I've been
separating
saying.
black from white.
I've been saying the whole time the churches that I've been to. I did reference white.
What did he say about white church? Did he went to?
I said I went to one time, long time ago.
And what? A long time ago, he didn't mention nothing about they had to go through.
You want me to
they
tell you?
gave
Want me to tell
somebody
you
money,
why?
None of that.
Want me to tell you why?
Tell me.
At that point in time, I didn't understand the way the church was supposed to operate. I was brand new.
And there's a possibility you may not understand how I should operate right now.
So you tell me how it's
Because what-
operating. You tell me.
All I'm saying is
Tell me
I
how it's
know
operating.
behind the scenes.
Tell me. No.
how it works as far as operating in
this
the
out.
manner that you're saying.
Check this out.
About somebody coming and asking for money from the church. You say they pay their tithe, they offer they there all the time. They do it right, and they got to go through this, and that in order to get it,
Right.
and they don't get it.
That's not fair.
Why?
They get their money on every Sunday
But what they got to do with
because they're supposed to help the people, man. God said it's about the
what if
people,
they didn't help the
not
100
about
people before her?
what.
What if they already helped 100 people before her?
You know what? I'm gonna show you how I know God was in the midst of it, right? Because they didn't do it. They supposed to do. God laid it on my heart, and I did it.
Because guess why? I don't know if it's God laid on your heart, whoever, whatever happened, but the reason why is because you looking for that. That's you looking to see what they're doing for you are looking.
When you driving, do you be looking?
I be looking.
Because if you don't look, you're gonna get an accident,
You're right. But
Because you
we're
got
the
to make sure.
church.
But see, listen. If I'm a babe in Christ, and I'm trying to get what God say, why am I going to foolishness? I want it to be 100%
But
the
what
way it
asking
should be.
for $200 got to do with your soul?
No,
One thing that
It had nothing to do with your soul.
but it has something to do with the church I was going
It
to. That's
got
why I
nothing to do
left.
with your soul.
If they're teaching me the Bible, if I'm going to them every Sunday to learn nothing, no, I'm going every Sunday to know what I'm supposed to do as a man, what I'm supposed to do what God say do, because I don't understand that stuff. So I'm depending on them to give it to me.
So the
and
Bible
that's
say-
more priceless than any money you can get.
Got it. So the Bible
But they're
say
not
give
giving it.
everybody that come to you what they ask for. Do the Bible tell you that? Do the Bible say that? Every church, anybody come in need or whatever, give it. Do the
God,
Bible
listen,
say that?
God did it.
Do the Bible
God
say
said
that?
that they're supposed to do that. Yes, he does.
What is that?
I'll get it for you.
No.
I'll get it for you.
No.
Yeah, man.
Not everybody.
Listen, why you can't,
Anybody.
what's the difference between the old church and the new church?
I mean, I don't
Well, that is
Old
the
ways, new
problem.
ways. Got Old Testament,
Go
New
ahead.
Testament. That's
No,
what
I'm talking about churches,
it's the
period.
same thing.
That's the problem is if you're used to old church, if you can say old church, we got to speak about one specific genre. That's the only one I know would be a black church, right? Black churches in the 50s and 60s were there to protect people, not just from from heaven and hell, but just for social issues.
Martin Luther King was in the front line for social issues, and he was a pastor. He was on the front line. He was doing something because that's what he's supposed to do.
So because this man on Facebook get on here and talk about our black churches, what they're not doing, they ain't going over here to fight with, they ain't faces, ain't nowhere, this and that. So now we got a problem with the black church.
Oh,
No.
No, not me, we, but you have
No.
a problem with the black church.
No.
Let's finish the statement.
That's not what I'm saying.
So we're talking old time, right? And you see what churches, black churches have done and why they have the drawing of our community, because what they have done, the precedents that they set for how the church should be. Then you go to today, where now they have more power to do more things to help more people, to help us better.
Mhm.
But they're not doing more. They're doing less.
Less.
Who say that?
Society,
Okay.
society
Okay.
says that.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Look when we okay, look when we have issues with when there's a shooting, right? I'm just gonna pick one particular subject.
Gotcha.
If there's a shooting, right? Oh, they'll have the visual, for the child. They'll have everything, but what are they doing prior to that?
Who? What are who doing?
What is the church doing prior to that? Right? Why is it that for example, like in school, you're getting less education, right? You're learning less and less, but the church should be doing more and more to help keep us at this level.
So they're not.
No, I don't see that.
Have you been to church to see it?
I haven't seen it.
No, I'm talking to him.
Now,
Oh, my church. We did.
No, I
can
said.
That's
See,
why I'm so
didn't I just
defensive
tell
about it.
you that I'm not going to say
That's why
him
I'm so-
because he was in.
see,
He
It's
was
not
in
every
with it.
Church.
I'm not. I want to speaking on the 5 that I've been through. I'm
Okay,
not
fine,
saying
got it.
every.
part of our misunderstanding is that because Dr. Umar, he didn't specify some churches. You should never say
Exactly.
all of anything.
Right.
And that's what he
Because
did.
that's like me saying all Chinese people know math.
Right.
They don't. Right?
I'm only going off of
What
you know,
said.
like historically, the black church served a different purpose than other race churches. They served a purpose, and that's from one
That's
of
why you
our
won't see it
viewers.
in the white church, because the white church has not been preaching to oppress people. The black church preached specifically to oppress people, and they helped to build those people civically and religiously.
Let me ask you-
The white church just was concerned about them going to heaven. They're good here, but they're having heaven right now. We get in hell right now, looking for heaven. And if he just preached to me what's going to happen, right? And I keep giving my money, but then I see him living, the preacher living his heaven right now. Then that is to make things salty for people.
Let me ask you a question. What is a black church and what is a white church?
Dude, it ain't
Based
no
on
difference.
congregation.
I don't.
On the congregation,
I can't speak
there's
on
few-
that.
I'm going to say a few things that make it very, very clear.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can walk into a church and from a few things, listening to the music,
Okay.
okay? The music's going to be a little bit different. The preaching is going to be a little bit different, right?
Mhm.
From what I've seen, I've gone to both black and white churches.
Me too.
Every once in a while, I'll see, a Caucasian pastor try and mimic. That's what he's, in my opinion, he's trying to mimic the black church, because my black pastors have always been very passionate about what they're preaching, right? But when you go to your average white church, they're calm and docile and everything, because they're not experiencing struggle. You don't have to yell when life is being handed to you on a platter, but when you're struggling, you upset, you yelling, you feel this. I don't think they go through the same problems that we go through as people. So therefore,
They don't.
Their God is a different God. I mean, even if you go back to just the Bible, it says how slaves, be loyal to your masters, right?
Mhm.
Well, if your people have never been slaves, that verse don't really mean much to you. But if your people have been slaves, that verse kind of hurts to have to read that. We worship the same God, but we ain't seeing it out of the same lens.
I hear you.
Their lens is very clear. Our lens is crap.
Right.
It's not fair.
So the only thing I'm saying is, and don't get it twisted, I'm just talking about where I've been. I'm not saying all of them are. Let's make sure we got that flat out on the line. I'm not saying they all are, because I know our brothers ain't. He trying to do exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to Open Tomb Ministry, our brother's church,
Mm-hmm.
right now.
What's the name of the church again?
Open Tomb Ministry. You could go there right now and get a handyman to help you if you need help. You can go there right now and get a lawyer if you need counseling for a lawyer. You can go there, and he's gotten people jobs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's a pastor, and he actually said that we should be doing more.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe we should be doing more.
Well, they all gonna say we should be doing more. Now.
But are they doing it?
With more, I don't know, but I feel they doing it.
No.
We can't say. Yeah, all pastors. I think all pastors, everybody will say we need to do more. Honestly, because we're not doing enough.
You know what? Mouth's easy to say words, and you could say that we need to do more. And man, I'm going.
So what is more? See, that's the thing. We say we need to do more, but what is more? What's more?
Well, think about it.
If we're doing something, what's more?
The church should be able.
Tell me what they're doing.
Well, give me the problem, and I can tell you what the more.
Tell me what they're doing.
I don't know. The problem is,
tell me what they're doing. Tell me what they're doing.
A church can do things without being touched. If okay, put the perspective. If 5 black guys, not in church, just regular sitting on the corner, right, hanging out and yelling and talking and just making just as much noise as 5 people at the church. Police ain't gonna mess with the people in the church. They'll mess with the people on the street. You're not gonna mess with the people. They could be saying the same thing, having the same passion about their argument, but the church is untouchable. So if the church is untouchable, use that force field to do things. Push the establishment a little bit harder. Instead of us over here, that if we push, look at when we started rioting for George Floyd. DeSantis came up with them laws that said you can't riot anymore. They weren't aimed at churches. It was aimed at the average black person or the average person that's going to riot. If a church get together and have an event for XYZ, you think DeSantis is going to go against a church? Oh, he going to look terrible. So the church, the black pastor got to have it. This would be the worst analogy that I can possibly use. You got to have some balls. You got to be able to push it unless he's answering to them also. You know, if he's only answering to the Lord, then he should be able to push. But if he's answering to the government too, then that's why he's not pushing as much.
And historically, all the guys that did God's work, they were pushed against the government.
Right, but
think about it.
No more.
I know, but they did. And that's what that happened for a reason. That they should be able to say, hey, listen, right is right, wrong is wrong. You gonna stand up for right, or you gonna stand up for wrong? And I believe that. I mean, and like I said, I went in Virginia, Katie, when we went to Virginia for the thing with my in-laws, and we went to Uncle Ray's church. I'm gonna tell you, I felt so different. And I had a lady sitting next to me. I did not know. My wife could tell you, and my mother-in-law could tell you, because she sat right next to me. The lady sat next to me and said, listen, God told me to sit here by you. Hold up. God told me to sit here by you. And I looked at her. She said, you're a sweet young man. You from Jacksonville? Yes, ma'am, I am. She said, yeah, I know. Okay. God told me to sit here. At the end of service, we got up to leave. This lady gave me money. I don't know why. I was blown out of my mind. She just said, God told me to do this. And she gave me money, bro, walking out the church. And I'm like, you know what? How did this lady know I was from Jacksonville?
Let me ask you this.
She didn't know us. She didn't know me at all. How did she know that?
Let me ask you this.
Yes, ask me.
Did you need money?
At that moment?
Straight up.
No.
Because I'm going to say this.
No.
Then God ain't leave her nowhere.
What you mean?
I'm going to leave it like that.
What you mean?
I'm just going to leave it like that.
God
didn't get into that.
So no.
I'll be straight. He ain't leave her nowhere.
No. Well, then how did she know all the stuff she knew about me?
I can't answer that.
I know you can't. But you know what? All you can say is the money part. Because you know what, bro? Hold on. Let me tell you why. Can I tell you something?
Yes, sir.
I didn't have a dime in my pocket.
Got it. But I ain't asked you that. I asked you, did you need it? That's it.
Well,
still.
Let me piggyback.
God bless, regardless.
What did you do with the money?
I gave it away.
Well, then, then that
when
was,
I got
that
home.
was a blessing right there.
I gave
He
it
was
to a
just
guy when I got
he was
home.
just a vessel.
I'ma stick to what I'm saying.
He gonna, you know what?
Trust me.
It's a demon right here, bro.
All I'm doing
Give me
is
some holy water,
that
man.
May was a demon
'Cause
that
I'm telling
gave you
you,
that money.
No, it wasn't, bro. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I want you to tell me this.
Listen,
I want you to tell me this. I
That
want,
is my
not
opinion
your
about it.
church. Not your church. We're not talking about your church. We're not talking about your church, man.
And if it
Right.
was God, please forgive me. But God,
No.
God,
You know it was bad.
know
'Cause see that
You
tingle
know
there?
that ain't-
You seen that tingle in your
Oh,
heart.
not at all.
Now listen.
But I
Listen.
want
Listen.
the folks that's listening and looking,
Listen,
y'all
listen,
understand. Because
listen.
I'm stand on my 10 toes.
Listen.
What I
Me
said
too.
about her.
And you know what? And I'm gonna bring you to the carpet right now.
Let's go.
We're gonna get on the carpet.
Let's go.
When the last time you seen anything going in the church? Besides when you
I ain't
came in
been-
from
I ain't been
California.
minding them.
So
I
how
ain't been
you
to church in a
know?
minute.
How you know it's still doing what it was your church was doing? How do you know they're doing that?
That's what I believe. I just believe that. Seriously, I just believe that.
No,
honestly.
because God, it's end times. You know what's
It's
up.
still more
You know
they
what's
can
up.
do, but I still
You
feel
know.
like
He said it right then.
I heard that.
Thank you.
but it's still more they can do.
But he was just
But I told
he
you,
was just denying that.
Didn't I
He was
say-
just denying that.
Didn't I say
Good.
Didn't I say every pastor would tell
That
you they
is-
can do more?
That's,
Didn't I say
that's
that?
crazy, man.
Didn't I say every pastor would tell you it could be more done?
They can
could do
tell you
more.
that, but I'm talking
I
about.
said that. That's right. So
I'm talking about a verb, an action
always
word. Are they
more
action,
that could be
Are
done.
they doing it? It's the
always
question.
more.
Are they doing it?
I feel they are doing what
Well,
they
you-
are
how do
doing.
you- well, no.
I feel they're
Listen.
not. I don't
When
feel what old boy
When
said.
I leave here,
I don't
when-
trust
when I
what-
leave
what
here-
he said.
when I leave here and somebody-
The disconnect is that, okay, yeah, they are doing what they can do, but they aren't doing what they used to do. And if they've been used to doing this and they've set this standard and they set the standard of what they could do for me, and also they set the standard of what they're asking from me, they haven't digressed what they're asking from me, but they digress what they can do for me.
See, Tony,
That don't balance out, bro.
I want to take it. See, I'm.
we're not talking about your church.
No,
Because you ain't been to church. You don't know what's going on in the church.
Because see, you talking about old and new again.
Well, when I say
What you talking about?
You said back in the day. You talking about what the old churches did and versus what they're doing now.
This is the 70s. The old and the new was in the 2000s, way back then, man. That changed a long time ago. We're talking about in the 70s
So when
versus
you go
now.
to the Old Testament and read the Old Testament,
The New Testament was already around in the 70s.
you read the New Testament.
The New Testament was already around in the 70s, bro. It's still the same. It was in the 70s and it's here
No,
now.
it's not. I
The
just said,
Bible's not the question. It's how our pastors are interpreting the Bible and
I agree.
showing themselves as being Christian leaders.
I agree.
The way they did it back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and the way they do it in the 2000s, ooh,
It's too different,
The
bro.
only
Night and
thing
day.
that I'm stuck on.
But they're still under
is-
the umbrella of God. See, they still get the
Only
benefit
thing-
of God.
That's why God said he got a special hell for those pastors that don't do what
Okay,
they're
but
supposed to do.
Only
let's
thing
say-
that I'm stuck on is the fact that this young man came online and talked about the black churches.
But we're not.
doing
We're
what they
talking
need to
about-
be- what they need to be doing.
We're talking about what we've
and
been
that they're
through.
not doing. They should go over and do it. That they're not doing. I disagree with that.
Well, you can-
I can't say all. So because they're not doing it in the eyes that you think they should be doing it. Like for example, with you felt that lady should have got money from them. They should have gave it to her. That's your feelings, right?
Oh, you don't think that?
I don't.
You don't
know,
think they're
I don't
supposed
know
to do
what-
that?
I don't know that.
I want to ask you a
I can't
question.
answer
Let me ask you one question. I need you to be just
I'm
answer
gonna
the question.
Very much so.
Y'all church.
Mhm.
I'm only going to reference your church one time.
Yes, sir.
Y'all help people, didn't you?
We helped them, but not.
That's
everybody.
all I want to
Not
know.
everybody.
Still,
Ask me
it
that
got to be
part.
everybody.
No,
but
because
you
they
helped.
didn't help. Ask
You
me.
helped.
So who said your
Still
church
helped.
helped other people before
You
her?
still helped.
So, but also, I'm
Who's to
gonna
say?
play KD here. We didn't hear the whole conversation. Who's to say he didn't say that about white churches or say anything at all about white churches? But that part of that excerpt that was recorded and put on TikTok, he was only talking at that moment about the.
I don't care. That's the only thing you showing our people right now. We showing the people what we see here.
Because why?
That's what they put.
I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
why.
So,
That's what we talking about.
And since we are
It's
somewhat,
now I'm gonna go back to see what you just said.
but we are somewhat.
You don't know, do you?
We are somewhat experts.
You don't know you don't know if that was all of it, right?
We don't know.
Just like you don't know what the church did for everybody else before this lady got the dime for the $200.
I don't give a darn. I saw what I saw.
And we seeing what we seeing. They only
No,
talking
I'm
about the
talking
white
about that.
black
dude.
church.
I'm talking about but we're not.
Our conversation.
We're not.
He gave a specific example. He pinpointed this particular example.
Exactly.
But what we've been saying thus far is that the church as a whole is doing less than the old churches from the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
That may be true.
That is very.
I wouldn't bite that in. And it might be true. I mean, like
Now,
my
I
little
was
king, he
there
did his
in
thing. I
the
mean, he out there
I was
doing
there
his
in the
thing.
70s.
I can't
And I-
knock that.
Look, you don't even have to be there to knock it, because you can see, because we have the benefit of television and radio and videos to see what they did.
I'm still stuck on them $200 the lady got to die from the church. Was there a reason? Do we know why? We don't know. We just going on the thing.
Well,
that
you know
the
what I'm
church
gonna
didn't do nothing.
I ain't gonna give no money and watch what happened then. And you know what they do when you don't give money? They call you out. They have you walk up there and put your money in the offering plate to see who bringing money. That's why they do that. But you know what? They ain't doing that when people need money. They ain't doing that. They ain't helping nobody when they getting ready to get put out on the streets. And I go to that church. The churches, period. I ain't seen it.
All I can say
All the
is-
ones I'm talking about.
I'm gonna shut it down.
Not churches.
Look, I'm gonna
Only
shut it
the
down.
only ones I
The
see.
value it.
I'm gonna shut him down. I'm gonna shut him down. Marvin Sapp.
What about it?
Oh, you ain't about Marvin Sapp?
I mean, what about it?
I'm gonna lock the doors till y'all give me $40,000. How much was it? $40,000. He locked the doors till he got $40,000.
He got to deal with that's the ignorant. That's
But
I don't
everybody,
do that.
but you know what?
Because-
There it is.
That's ignorant.
That's what I mean, right there.
The same medium that I
But
saw
that's
Dr.
totally
Umar.
different.
No, it's a black church.
Right.
What about old boy that was
Okay,
in
so-
Atlanta that said that I need money for a jet? What was his name?
I know you're talking about.
What you call it, from Atlanta. Talking about he needed a jet and he was gonna make everybody, and he got the jet for him and for him to do it.
Okay.
You know what? If
So
you
what
need a
about
jet,
what about the
if
white
you
one on
need it-
TV?
I don't care about that. I haven't been to that.
Oh, but
I
they
haven't been
ain't
to no
we
white
see them on
church.
TV. They're like you hear the story
No,
about
you've
Marvin
been to
Sapp.
Atlanta before. I've been to church in
You
Atlanta.
heard what Marvin Sapp said. You never been to Marvin Sapp church.
We saw it on
You saw
YouTube.
it, right?
We saw it.
Joel Osteen
But you
just-
see Joel, you see them on TV talking about all this money here.
No,
all this-
Joe Osteen is crooked too.
Some of the- okay, so
He crooked too. We talking about the church as a whole, like
there's
Tony
a-
said.
Because you mentioned Joel Osteen. Look
Yeah,
at this.
Creflo Dollar. That's who it is. Ain't that a hell of a
No,
name?
Creflo.
That's yes, it was Creflo Dollar that asked for the jet.
That's what Creflo.
He talking about that one jet. Yes, it was.
Remember,
The
I'm
dude
gonna
with
give
the
you
son,
a
his son.
white pastor example, right?
Uh-huh.
You remember when that hurricane hit a couple of years ago? And Joel Osteen has the Houston Center.
Yep, he
That's
wouldn't let
the
nobody
And
in.
he wouldn't let anybody in the church.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you
There's
this.
people out there, the houses are flooded, right? The people need.
I'm gonna tell you.
You mean to tell me I gotta fill out an application now?
So
Check this out. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a key. One of our viewers said Creflo Dollar also renounced everything he taught about tithing.
Tithing. I remember.
Telling you, man,
Wait.
it's bull. That's
Hold on,
they crooked. Period.
But listen,
Not all of them.
All I'm saying is
Not all of them.
So let's.
But it only
let's-
take one
let's
to
quit
make all
putting
us
the
look
color
bad.
To it, then. Quit putting the color to it. Talking about our black churches.
No,
Well,
I only can refer to what I know.
But you know about the white church too.
I only knew about him,
Then-
Joel Osteen,
then
at one
speak
time.
on it.
I did. I told you he was crooked.
But so it's.
I told you he was
some
crooked. But
churches.
remember, Tony said we talking about as a whole.
That ain't
I
what
don't
we
care
said.
if you white, black, or
Okay,
whatever.
so
I only can speak on the black churches I've been through,
Okay.
brother.
That's,
You only can
we'll
speak
put it
on the
like
church
that.
you just came from.
That's what
That's
we
what
done.
I've been saying.
Okay. Because no.
Is
That's
that not
what
what
he
I've been
said.
saying? I'm talking about us. He was just the spark. We the flame.
Okay,
We the
so
flame.
It's just 5 of the churches, and there's I don't know, but so 5 churches.
No. I mean,
We all
the
they all
problem
just
is
need to
that
get right.
the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so, yes, we are going to see the bad churches. Why? Because the good churches, that's what you're supposed to do. You doing what you're supposed to. That's like when a woman said, "I pay my own bill," and so should I be impressed about that? You're supposed to pay your own bills. The church is supposed to be there for the poor people, the people that need. But when the church doesn't, that's what you're gonna see. And unfortunately, what we see more than others is us. Maybe they hide their dirt better.
See what they.
But we are flamboyant with what we do.
You know, I don't know why this always stuck to me from what my pastor told me, because a lot of people do this. He say don't tithe to be seen. He say be seen tithing.
God said
Period.
that. God said
Because
that.
we do things for people to look for show.
God said do it in private.
You see, so don't do things to be seen. Be seen doing things. Even though I know you saw the church didn't do nothing, but you don't know what else they've been doing for others in that church. So we can't take that one example and say, hey, that church is bad. They ain't doing nothing. I don't want to go there no more.
All right,
we
check this
can't
out.
do that.
How many times when you went to jail,
Mm-hmm.
after you went to jail, and then you had more problems, right? You was labeled as a you got
Convicted felon.
you got that, right?
Yeah.
Even though you're a good man, you're trying to work, you're doing your thing, you got
Mhm.
your house, you're doing everything, right?
Mhm.
But you're still a convicted felon.
Yeah.
It take one time to fuck the whole thing up. So if you got one bad experience in a church, especially for somebody going to church, really looking for the Savior, really looking for that in their heart, really looking for it, and you got foolishness going on, you're labeled a felon.
So I'm gonna say, let me give it to you like this. My experience. Yes, labeled a felon all my life. I did whatever I did, right? Every job I go to, I got good job, turned me down.
Right.
But did that stop me from trying to find another job?
That's why I went to 5 churches.
So I kept going. I went to 10 other jobs.
That's
Still
why-
turned me down.
That's why I went to 5 churches, and I'm still
not
in church right now.
Then I found one that decided to give me that opportunity. That
Right. Right.
So, but
you
can't
know why
stop.
that was?
You can't stop.
You know why that was?
Why?
Because God saw you was trying to change, and He made that happen. It wasn't the church.
No, I wasn't trying to change.
God made you.
I just needed a job.
God made you, but you changed when you got it. You understood.
changed.
You understood everything, but God did that for you, not the church.
Nobody said the church did it.
So
I
I'm
said
just
that.
telling.
What I'm
Because you
saying
had
is-
went to the church and got a job when you didn't have none.
What?
Did the church expunge your record to make sure you could be able to get a job?
I went at the
No.
church then, but I will say this. There was a church holding something over by my papa's Alderman and Arlington, holding something for the convicted felons to come over to get their stuff, be able to vote again. And
That
all
was a
that, got
church.
their rights restored.
You're
It was a
100% right.
church.
It was a church.
And I did. I went in and
And
got to
that's-
restore my rights.
That's what I mean.
And that happened.
So you've been
we
having
can't
these
negate-
things happen for you.
We can't.
I told
not-
you. We saying as a whole.
But that's what's killing me is the black church thing. That's what's getting.
You gotta let that go.
You know,
We've been telling you as a whole, me and him as a whole.
That'd
Because-
be like us trying to say, well, Buddhist people, they be doing blah, blah, blah. I ain't a Buddhist.
Got you.
I don't know. I can only speak on what I know.
What I know.
For
A
sure.
couple of times I've been to the white church, and that's why I can say, a few times, I damn near fell asleep. Because the lyrics were the same, but the music, oh my goodness. The preaching was the same book.
Don't go talk about no music. Don't you talk about that music in that church, but you bet
But-
not.
But then,
You bet not talk about that music.
I'm not
When
gonna
I
give
go
you
to
in
a
this whole
black
any
church-
damn thing. I'm not giving y'all nothing.
when I go to the black church, you know, the music.
That music, what the music did see, told it.
It moves you.
It moves you.
The preaching moves you.
Uh-huh.
So this is all I know.
You know, I can tell you this. One of our viewers said, we got to hold our people accountable. And that includes the black church. You giving them a pass. You got to hold them accountable. Everybody
You
got
can't
to be
be
held
untouchable.
accountable.
So,
You got to be held accountable, man.
so we got to hold the black churches.
We got to hold, everybody needs to be held accountable.
So he said,
And you
black
know
church.
what? If I go,
He said
no,
black church.
everybody, I
Oh,
said,
okay.
see,
I'm
he
going
just,
by what he said.
KD just picking out
Don't,
stuff.
I'm very analytical. Don't say
Okay.
something.
I
I'll defend
said,
what he says. I'll defend what the reason why I say I'll defend what
KD,
he
no,
says,
he's
because,
just doing
yes,
that.
If I'm a black person and I grew up in a black church and I have all my family and friends are black people, I expect the black church to do particular. I can care less what the Indian church is doing.
I agree.
can care less about the Mexican church. I don't care about them or the white church. I don't. It can go up in flames tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, that's messed up. Anyways, you know, my life is going to continue. I care about what's going on in my community. Part of my community is the black church.
Got it.
And when it's not doing good, I'm not going to sit here and shuck and jive and say, well, you know, that's pastor, you know.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. I agree.
You wrong, you wrong. Just like if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I agree.
But this is, see, like some super Christians, you know, we have a super Christian that was talking to us earlier today. And super Christians.
You get out. You get,
No, she was super Christian.
you get,
But you know what I'm gonna tell you.
That no, if you put God in your name, either before or after, you can do no wrong. And you can't be that way. You can't be that blindsided to believe that the devil is not also perpetrating themselves as God. Like you said earlier, if anybody know the Bible well, it's the devil.
Mhm.
I mean,
Like Greg said, they're in the pit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All day.
They're in the pit. And then what you think about that church when they're in the pit? They doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the problem is
Like-
that us, the believers, the churchgoers, they can't see it. They blind to it.
I'ma tell you
They
something
don't
what
know-
killed
They
me.
don't have that discernment to even
I'm
identify it.
gonna cut it off. Yeah, I can
Well,
tell you this. Not just
the phone call.
Yeah.
We're you know, one of our viewers said we black, so we need to hold our people accountable. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I believe that it should be more done. That's all. I'm not trying to, because my church I go to, I'm gonna tell you, my church I go to, they give shots in the parking lot. Mount Eric, they give all this stuff. My wife even helped them. They was out in the parking lot, had a whole health day where people could come, older people can come and do that. And I've learned so much from what the pastor teaches. I've learned so much. I go to church to learn what I'm supposed to be doing as God's child. That's what I go for. All the other stuff, the foolishness, I don't care about. And I take that personally. Because I ain't going to play with the man. I ain't going to play with God.
What's the foolishness?
Boy, don't make me
Get
start.
back to that. Church.
No, we're not. I ain't got no church.
Let
I'm
me
just
give you
being
another
straight.
analogy. Think about it. When you was a kid, right? And if either somebody got preferential treatment at school, let's say another student of a different persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you complain to your mom, or maybe this boy got to go play baseball on the team. You got to go up the bat more than you did, and you complain to your mom, and your mom told you, "What? She don't care about what the other kids do. I care about what you do." That is, I believe, Luke and my beliefs also. I don't care about what them other people do. I care about what we do. Just how my mom got on my case. Well, mom, they let that white boy do that. Blah, blah. I don't care what he do. I care about you in my house.
Absolutely.
That's the same thing. I care about what's happening in my kind of church, my church. And if they're not doing right,
I agree with that a whole 100%. I agree with that. Absolutely agree with it.
I'm glad you said it because he said I got church hurt.
I agree with it. But if
Church
my church
hurt.
turned down somebody and went for money, I'm not going to be like, frown upon that and say y'all ain't doing right.
I'm going to tell you
Y'all
why.
ain't doing what God
I'm going to tell you why he won't frown up on it. I'm going to tell you why.
Because if I'm a part of that church,
He a part of that pot.
I already know what that church
All that
is.
money coming in, he gets a little bit. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why he laughing.
Listen,
He gets a little bit. That's why he was.
Listen,
Listen, Katie was a pastor. He was with the crew.
I see.
So when that money come in,
Katie
Katie got broke off. You hear me? Katie got broke off, so he's defending
I'm
it.
gonna tell you right now.
Guess
Guess what?
Did you do a 1099?
Guess what? My pastor didn't get paid
Listen,
Now that's
at all.
he's not supposed to because God didn't get paid for nothing.
We didn't do that.
God didn't get paid
At
to bring the
all.
word. God didn't get paid to bring the
So
word.
therefore, but he gave.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how
And
he
then guess
gave.
what? And he did give to some.
You know what? He
So,
gave.
it
He
wasn't-
gave.
That's why I know. That's why that kind of. I'm like, come on, you can't
Well,
say
see,
that because you know what's
your
been happening
pastor's
behind the scenes.
your pastor. I don't know the man.
Yeah, me neither.
Just what you said.
Frederick Jacobs, baby.
It seems like he's doing things the way they're supposed
Right,
to
just like
Right.
Greg.
be.
But
Look at Geno Jenkins, for example. He'll tell you quit. He don't collect no salary. He make all his money from real estate. So whatever he do, that's what he do. The money that comes to the church is for the church. It comes to the church.
it's for the church.
Well, when you see a pastor pull up in a 7 Series BMW, and you can't go to your pastor's house because he live in Queens Harbor. You got to go through the guard to get to him. What is he doing for the people? Because he didn't pay for that house. The only way I can see it fair is if all of my people in my church live in Oakleaf, well, then I can live in Oakleaf too. If all my people live, but if I got somebody that's struggling in my church,
Pastor can't get your credit straight. Get your credit right. You can live in Oakleaf.
but
All
see,
that foolishness.
we don't need credit when separation of church and state. He collect that money tax free.
You don't need credit for what?
Yeah.
He collect that money.
Ain't that how you got your money? Ain't that how you got your money, Katie? It was tax-free, wasn't it? It was tax free. Yeah. I mean, he done traveled all to California. He done traveled everywhere. He done did all this. How did he do that?
Did you go Delta? Spirit.
No, he went.
Southwest.
You should have
No,
on Spirit.
he went spirits.
Southwest.
He went spirits.
Almost went Frontier.
He went. You had to check your own bags if you did that shit. You had to check your own bags. They don't even. They got in trouble for that.
Baby, 2 bags free, baby. Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all, but we just having a good conversation, man, about it. Hey, only thing we can say is that we all love God and we all trying to do the right thing, and we just some people are not and some people are. Some people are not doing the right thing, but it only take people love negative in this world. All it takes is for one person not to do it, and then everybody jump on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what's going on. Can we agree on that?
Oh, I agree with that.
You know, because
Definitely.
I'm not saying that, you know, I only can speak on what I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't speak on anything else. I can't say what the white church do, even though now, you know, when I was going to Mayo Clinic, this is for you and Nicole. When I was going to Mayo Clinic every morning, we listened to a church, white church on the radio, and they were just telling about all the stuff they was doing in their communities, and they had some good music at some point in time, you know. But I was like, tell my wife, turn it on. But it was just good to hear that kind of stuff. You know, they be on at 6 o'clock in the morning. You show me a black church that's on at 6.
I can show you one that's on prayer line at 6. That you call in, get prayer and all that.
I'm talking about they got a whole. They on there for 3-4 hours.
Doing what? So
No.
the black church don't go on at 6 o'clock as a problem?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it at all. You know, we had someone just chime in, just tuning in. But I feel when the day comes, regardless of what church or belief, everyone needs to be accountable for what they've done throughout their life.
And they will.
100%. Everybody, and even the ones that sneaky behind the scenes, and the ones that sneaky behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm gonna tell you, and we understand that it's almost the end times. We understand that. We need to look at what God said gonna happen towards the end time, and it's happening. It's happening. People are gonna get misled from the church. People are not gonna be getting what they need from the church. Why do you think God coming back? Why do you think that? Because the sheep herders ain't moving the sheep like they're supposed to. I'm gonna tell you, I could go to church, man, and I can sit there the whole service and just sit there. This ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just telling you, don't start nothing, man. We're talking about God right now.
They said, hit dog do what?
No, you and Nicole was hollering earlier. You and Nicole hollered earlier. We sat there, and I just, the part that makes me get involved, what I really love about the church for real, is when they call to the altar for people to get saved. And when I see a hood nigga like us used to be, get up and you know how it is when you first do it. It take everything in you to get up. Everything in you. But you do. Because why? You believe in what you're being told by the pastor. You believe in everything. You know, that's why y'all make sure that whatever the pastor tell y'all go and read it for yourself. Right? That's a for real there. Because sometimes they twist stuff to get their motive across.
The Bible says study to show yourself approved.
Right. So when I see them get up and go up there, man, and I know how hard it is because I remember how hard it was for me, I be emotional because I know that it took everything in that man and he's believing in God, and God want a new one today. That's what I love. You know what I'm saying? Now I know you and Nicole, y'all love the music and the singing and all that, but I love that part when a soul has been saved.
All day.
That's what it's about from the beginning. It ain't about all the other stuff, I don't think. It's about that from the beginning. And everybody need, like I said, everybody, I don't care. I don't care if it's white and black and Chinese. Everybody is going to be held accountable for the things they do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. So that's all we can say on that, because it ain't about, it's about overall. And if you don't take church with you, you ain't gonna have church. Church is in your heart. You got to take it to the building where everybody get together and worship whatever their heart is saying. So church, if you don't take it with you, you ain't gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? Because God played the game with his heart. He don't care about all that loud talking, all that, all that. He don't care about that. He don't care. He looked directly at the heart. And that's how I feel we should be playing the game.
So
Directly from the heart.
that's wrong.
I'm not going there with you, brother.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that because you and Nicole trying to get me amped up, and I'm not there right now. I'm not there. I'm not there at all. I just think that everybody should just, first of all, I want to let everybody know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody. We have opinions and we just like to have discussions. You know, some things people don't talk about, but here at the Corner Pocket, we will, regardless of how tough it is. We're going to talk about it and we're going to tell how we feel. That's why we even started this. This is the People's Podcast. This is what we do. And we're going to continue to do it until God tells us to do something different.
Real,
Raw,
and authentic.
And you know what? Raw. I don't forgot the acronym for Raw. It was RAW, and Big Daddy Kane told me. It was ready, always willing. RAW. You feel me? And that's us all day long. And you know what? That's what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hey man, we so glad. I know the voice is happy, and I know Tone Loc, our producer that was talking to us a little bit, had some good points. We all did, but we're more happier that you guys chimed in with us, man, and talked to us, and you know, let us know how you feel, because like I said, we believe that this is the People's Podcast, and we do our thing. And remember, you could go and watch all of our shows. You could go at the Corner Pocket on YouTube, and you see every show we've ever made. Even this one will be on there. We're going to have it on there in the next couple of days. But you can go there. Please go there at the Corner Pocket on YouTube, and join us. You'll be able to see it all, and we'll grow from there. We're trying to grow this thing. You know what I'm saying, man? KD like that. Even though I know it's a night that we talk about church, but hey, we the NWA of this thing. Boy, you know what I'm saying?
We ain't gonna talk too many of these topics because you know your boy KD couldn't get a little loose tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's why he wasn't drinking tonight? See, I respect that. That was respect.
That was respect. I had to make sure.
That was respect,
bro. He said nothing crazy.
Yeah, that was respect, bro.
Talk about our God. Baby.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I meant the voice. That's awesome. I'm sorry, I mess up sometimes.
Yes, sir.
But Tone Loc,
Yes,
great sidebars, bro. Great.
Yes, sir.
You know, all of us, this is what it takes. You know what I mean?
That's how we always talk.
This is what we do.
This is not,
And remember, if you guys ever want to come on and have a topic that y'all think we need to discuss, come on and have a good time with us, man.
Derek Bird needs to come down.
Yeah, Derek Bird, he just said your name. You need to come because you on every week supporting your brothers, man.
Yes,
you need to come on in. JB, come on in, man. Y'all need to come on in and check us out, man, and come have a good time, because we all have opinions, man. Not everybody believes the same thing.
Jay Perry made some very good comments.
You know what I'm saying? I know. He called you out, Kill. He was very good comments, which you were. That was very, very good. And we thank you.
Shout out to everybody that's on.
Yep. Jamila, we shout out. Jamila, I don't know who's on yours.
Bobby Copeland.
You know what I'm saying?
Bobby need to come out too. You know, Derek Bird, all us with Bobby always on, man. Salute to you, Bobby. Always give your boy support, man. I already told you, man. We got you, bro. And all them fish that you be catching them. Niggas, dog, take me to the pond. Take me to the lake, dog. That's all. Take me to the lake. Yeah.
Hey, man, you know, that's
Salute
what's up,
you,
though,
boy.
man. You know, we're going to be back at it next week. God willing.
All day.
How you feel about it, the
Man,
voice?
I love it. The only thing I don't like, y'all quit listening to the people on that doggone not podcast, but be telling y'all them crazy stuff. Oh boy, what's his name? What's the name again? Tell him who
I ain't
it was
telling
they
who.
listen
I ain't
to.
saying it.
I'm saluting that.
No, you ain't. No, you talking bad about that man. You just talking about God. You talking bad about that man. He had a topic that we discussed. That's all that was. We had a topic, and you got to remember, man. In this world, everybody ain't gonna agree.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't, can't get mad if they don't agree with us. I mean, everybody's different, man. Everybody's DNA different. Everything is different about us, man. So not all of us are gonna agree, but that's why we got this show.
That's right.
To just raise topics.
Well, actually, one of your viewers says they have a topic. So if you can just tell them to type out what their topic is.
You know, hey, what they can. Who is it on KD's page? Hey, send it to I got you. Good job. Send it to KD if you're on his page.
Send it
to KD, but we're gonna discuss it first. Now we ain't just putting anything on here.
Who that is got a topic?
We ain't putting just anything on here.
Eric Sermon.
Huh?
Eric Sermon.
Eric got a topic. Send it on in.
Hey, Eric Sermon, you got to chill.
Okay. EPFP, baby. EPFP.
You got to chill. You know what I mean? But that's what's up, man. Hey, anybody got anything that's you feel that's relevant that we should talk about? hit us up, man.
Absolutely.
And we'll discuss it together, make sure that it's something we want to do. And we'll probably give you a shout out if we decide not to do it. But
if you want to talk about it yourself,
you gotta come on.
Something dealing with you, whatever you got.
Gotta come on.
Come on on.
Come on. We got room for you. We got a microphone. We got everything.
Man, you're married, divorced, going through, you broke up, whatever y'all got, man. We want it, baby. But now, don't come on here when you're hard on your sleeve.
Please
baby.
don't do that.
Because your boy KD, I'm telling you, I don't know what may come out. I'm gonna respect you, but I'm gonna dig into what you're saying.
He does.
I don't agree with everything. I'm very analytical, so watch what you say out your mouth, because I'm gonna dissect it. Believe that, baby.
And you know, you seen how he do me, and I'm his brother.
Yes,
so
sir.
imagine if you know.
I try to help people out that don't know. You know, they heard you say something. Back up.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all just come on, man, and let's do this together.
Yes,
it's
sir.
all about everything. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
You good with that?
All day long, baby.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all so much. And we'll get at y'all next time. And remember this. God is real.
All day long, baby.
Peace.